Welcome to Focus on the Candidates. I'm Cynthia Pooler, and my guest today is Reagan Box. And Reagan is running for the United States Senate in the state of Georgia. Let me get started by saying I just love your name. That's so different. Yeah, and you're a Republican, right?
Yes, ma'am. And my parents did name me after Ronald Reagan.
Well, it's a good thing you're running as a Republican because it would have been pretty confusing for people to hear your name and see you on the ballot on another party line.
Oh,
So,
I would get no votes as a Democrat whatsoever.
so you're running for the United States Senate. What made you decide to get into the race?
Honestly, I was reading my Founder's Bible, and in case you haven't heard of it, it's an NSAB version of the Bible, but all throughout it has stories of our founding fathers and our history. So we know where we come from as like Christian patriots. And God just really laid it on my heart. And so, like, the next day, I'm on the internet trying to figure out how to run for US Senate in Georgia. I'm tired of the status quo. I'm tired of nothing being done. I'm tired of like driving around town and watching people hurting. So, that's exactly why I'm running, is to do the right thing and make a difference.
So, have you been involved in politics for a while, or is this your first go around?
This is the first time I've ever ran for office, but I've always watched everything that went on federally. Always.
Oh, so you've been concentrating on the Senate and House rather
Yeah.
than down ticket candidates. What interests you about running? I mean, what interests you about Washington rather than your lower offices in the state of Georgia?
So with me personally, like before I jumped into this, I was a horse trainer. I went all across the country breaking training and showing cutting horses on a national level. A lot of the places I lived were so remote and far out there that there wasn't really local politics, so I couldn't stay involved in it. Just like New Mexico on the ranch I worked in, if I wanted to go to a Walmart, it was 68 miles.
Wow.
So, yeah, you couldn't be involved in local politics. I just didn't keep track of it because it was so sparse. And so really federal politics is what I know.
Okay. So, in the state of Georgia, on the national level, what do you see as the main issues that should concern you and everybody else in your state?
There are so many issues. I'll give you kind of my top four right now. So, A, it's Social Security reform, because right now the people of the United States are getting shafted by Social Security. You get a negative return of investment. And what I want to do is mandate that everyone gets an annuity. You'll get a 4 to 6% return of investment with the same money that the average American puts into Social Security. If you put it into an annuity, when you retire, you'll get $1.3 million, and the death value will be $1.8 million. So everyone would have a better life. I want to push for welfare reform. We spend $1.2 trillion annually on welfare. And what I'd like to do is mandate that everyone on welfare only has 5 years and they have to go to a trade school or apprenticeship program to get that money. And then also the medical and pharmaceutical price gouging. Being involved with animals and livestock like I was, I can tell you right now that they jump up the prices thousands to millions of dollars as soon as they put for human use only on it. And stuff like I found an MRI I found a company that made an MRI machine for both humans and horses. Both machines have the same specs and same resolution, but they charge 1.2 million dollars for the human machine and 100,000 for the horse machine.
Wow.
You
Wow.
know, this will affect our Medicare, Medicaid costs, our insurance costs, and everything. But we have to have people to stand up and fight for this. Another issue that I'm really pushing for that no one's really speaking about is we shouldn't have dual people that have dual citizenship serving in Congress. To me, that's a simple conflict of interest. You can't ensure that the government's truly working for America with that. We have over 100 members of Congress right now that have dual citizenship.
Both Democrats and Republicans?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Really? When you say dual citizenship, what country are these people primarily um with?
Well, there's all sorts of countries, but the predominant country with last time I checked, it had 86 members was Israel.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
86 people. Now, is that the House and Senate or just the
Yes,
Senate?
yes, ma'am.
86.
Yes, ma'am.
So, wow. I don't think many people know that.
No.
And
It's a simple conflict of interest. I don't care what country you're from.
right.
I mean, these people are writing AIDS packages, weapon packages. They know our infrastructure strength and weaknesses. They could pass it on to whatever nation they love. It's a simple conflict of interest.
So, would you say that APAC looks for people with dual citizenship to run for federal office?
I would say so. I mean, I don't know how they're not labeled as a foreign lobbyist. Um, there's only, I think, 2 or 3 members of the U.S. House that aren't getting money from APAC, and I think that is Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massey.
Mm-hmm. Marjorie Taylor Greene is taking a lot of heat right now because of her stance on not supporting, Israel the way the other members are, correct?
Well, here's my deal, and this is with any country. It's not just Israel. But if they want to get into a fight, they need to handle it on their own and not count on America. If you can't handle your own fights, don't get into it. But
Well,
it's not that it's not for the American people to pay their money to send their sons and daughters to die.
mm-hmm. I
You
agree.
know, that was my biggest problem with the Ukraine. Just looking at statistics, Ukraine could have never won that war. Their population is, I think, 31.4 million, and Russia's population is 134.7 million. There's no way statistically they can win while let innocent people die just because of your ego.
Mm-hmm. Who's your little friend in back of you?
Oh, that is a chicken nugget. He I got him when someone threw him out of a car going 45 miles an hour. I pulled over and chased him down the road.
Is it a dog?
Yeah. Come here, Nugget. Come here, Nugget. This is the chicken nugget.
How cute.
He weighs all of 12 pounds. And like I said,
Uh,
he was
so, how is redistricting? Is it a big issue in your state, the gerrymandering?
for my race, no, because it's a statewide race. I can see in some districts, it could be a big issue. Um, but the reality is if you're not a citizen, you shouldn't count in our elections, point blank. So I don't feel sorry. And if that's the only way you can keep control is by lying to people and manipulating and cheating the system, you don't need to be in power anyways. This should be about the will of the people and truth and reality.
Is this the first time you've ever run for office?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you having fun?
It's fun, but it's a lot of work. I've already been on the road over 2 years now, went 120 counties, over 100,000 miles. And it's funny to hear the rumors that are started about me. It's fun to I was cussed out. Do you know who Kelly Loeffler was in Georgia politics?
No, I don't.
So she was another like 6 foot tall blonde that ran for US Senate here in Georgia. And I've been cussed out because they thought I was Kelly Loeffler. Uh, it's just been really interesting watching it all.
Wow.
And just like John King, he was in the US Senate race for less than 2 months. And our governor, Brian Kemp, said, yeah, I'm not going to back you. And so he dropped out of the race saying that he doesn't see a way to the Republican nomination. And in my opinion, that is like the most atrocious words you can say because Brian Kemp is just our governor. This isn't about the will of Brian Kemp. This isn't the will of the Georgia GOP. It's not about the will of the RNC, or as much as I love Trump, it's not about Trump. This is about the people. And it just shows you how bad our government's got.
How long would you say it's been bad?
Honestly, I will go back to about 1910.
Well, that was during Reagan's administration then.
1910, that would be way past Coolidge. I don't even know who was
Uh-huh.
president.
Mhm.
Ronald Reagan was president in 1980.
Right, right. And
But
do,
it's been bad for a long time. You look at when the IRS was formed, the Fed, um, and a bunch of other things.
mhm.
It's been gone since about 1910.
So, when did you declare your candidacy?
It was well over 2 years ago.
Okay.
I can remember the exact date, but it was over 2 years ago. I've been
So
on the road ever since.
so you have a year and a half to go, right?
Uh, Primaries will be next May, so it will be about 10 months.
Okay. How many people are in your and are you primarying against?
So it's me, Derek Dooley, Mike Collins, and Buddy Carter.
Okay. So you're the only woman.
I am. And
Oh,
the first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party has already made a statement on a podcast saying that she loves me, I'm beautiful, I'm sweet, one of the most brilliant people she knows, but I can't win because I am a woman.
who said that?
The first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party.
I assume it's a man.
No, it's a woman.
Really?
Can you believe that?
Wow.
I
So
was
when
like,
you,
what? You just alienated half the voters. Thank you for that.
so when you go campaigning, um, how has the reception been?
I get standing ovations nearly every county I go to. Um, I was really surprised. I went to the smallest county by population in Georgia, and they only have 1,500 people in the whole county. I had over 30 people show up just to hear me,
Great.
and
Great.
it's just been phenomenal.
Hmm. So, um, how's the press? Have you been getting much coverage by the mainstream media?
So they are trying to shut me out right, left, and sideways. They tried to shut me out of the polls. everything else, that they don't want to give me the attention. And you can look on like Mike Collins, Derek Dooley, or Buddy Carter on their Senate pages, and everyone's writing underneath there, no, we want Reagan, and they're just shutting me out.
Really?
Heartbreaking
Now, has that been from the very beginning?
from the very beginning. Like
So,
being a woman and not being one of the good old boys club, they don't want me.
so if you called a press conference this afternoon down by City Hall where you live, would you expect the mainstream media to come and cover you?
No, ma'am.
No.
I have one or two people show up. They are trying everything they can not to recognize me.
Wow. So you think alternative media, you think that what I'm doing is beneficial for you?
It's the only option I have because they only want to push their narrative. They only want to push in the people that can be controlled. It's the only choice for people like me.
Wow.
My consulting team is sending out 250 emails a week to the media in Georgia, the newspapers in Georgia, and national media,
Hmm.
and we still don't get any traction because they don't want to promote me.
Okay.
250 emails a week.
Now, who's sending those emails out?
It's my consulting firm,
Okay.
but it's under Reagan Box at Reagan for U.S. Senate.
Okay. 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 So what does the next 9 months hold for you?
I'm going to 3 to 5 events a week and going anywhere and everywhere people want. And that's just what I'm doing. This is about reaching the people. I don't care if I get the GOP's blessing to run, because I feel this should totally be about what the people want and who they think will fight for them.
That I like that fighting spirit. That's terrific.
That's just me too, from like the root of my whole soul and character. I just really don't care. This is about people. This is about doing what's right. And our lives don't have to be this way. They don't. We could have better lives and not have all the BS and drama.
Now you had mentioned Buddy Carter. Is that person related to President Jimmy Carter?
No, ma'am. He's a Republican from South Georgia. He's a first district U.S. House member there, but I
Uh-huh.
don't think he has any relation to Jimmy Carter.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
You're
Uh,
good.
so overall, share your thoughts about why you're running and the state of politics.
We're in a really scary spot, to me, as far as the state of politics. And one of the things I keep trying to promote through everything is love, because I see we're in at a point where everyone's promoting hatred and violence, whether
Right.
it's Black Lives Matter and Tifa. I was at one event and I gave this Muslim lady a hug, and they're chastising me for giving this lady a hug because she's Muslim. And I think we need to learn how to love people as people, you know, judge their hearts, not judge what they are. And that's one thing that concerns me. It's about, I'm running to make people's lives better because I see there's alternate ways of doing things where the people would benefit more and we can make people's lives better.
Mhm.
And so it it's really simple to me. All I care about is the people. This isn't about me, power, money, prestige. This is about people.
Hmm. So I think you're brave. I think what the issues you speak about are important. And I think most important is, well, not most important, but I'm gonna rank it towards the top, the dual citizenship. I don't think many people are aware of that. And I think that's very important.
They don't have a clue. And like I said, this isn't geared towards any one country. But I'm a Christian and I look at the Bible and it says you can't serve two masters. If you love a country enough that you'd have dual citizenship with it, you're gonna give them options that benefit them over the American people. And that's why I think it needs to be stopped.
So when you bring that up to the people in your state, do they agree with you on that?
Yes, ma'am. I've been really surprised. Most people they give a standing ovation just on that.
So when you turn the news on or listen to the radio or watch, read the newspaper, does that issue ever come up?
No, not once. But I think it's a massive conflict of interest, and that's why I address it.
And do you know of any other person running for office anywhere who is bringing this issue up?
I saw one guy bring it up, and I can't even think of his name at the moment. But we were actually in an X-Space chat together being interviewed. I brought it up, and now he's using it in his race.
Wow, that's great. That's good.
But
So,
like I think it really needs to be spoken about. They're writing laws and passing bills. They're writing weapons packages, aids packages, whatever it may be for these said countries. And we need to just ensure that our government's working for America first.
so when you listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene, do you agree with what she says?
Most of the time, she is my congresswoman. I live in the 14th district.
Yeah.
And what she's saying about Israel and APAC and everything else,
Hmm.
she's speaking a truth, and I know she's catching a lot of hell for that. But the reality is the Jewish coalition is working on behalf of Israel. Why aren't they made to be a foreign APAC? And do we need to take a knee to any country? You know, my personal opinion, like I said in the beginning, if a country can't fight their own war, then maybe they should get into war. If
Right.
if, if Israel couldn't fight Iran on its own, they shouldn't have attacked Iran and did nuclear bombs
Hmm.
or did the bombs on their nuclear bases. And so it's just common sense. Like, why are we allowing this? Why are we getting drug into every conflict globally?
Because the military industrial complex makes a lot of money.
Well, and that's why I thought about, and I've been kicking this around trying to figure out the mechanics of it, but saying that any business can only make 3% profit off of work. When there's no profit left to be made at it, they won't be creating more.
Right. So how do you eliminate the profit on on from from the military industrial complex? That's difficult, right?
Yeah, it would be, but like I said, you can do something that says any business can only make 3% profit off of work, and then they kind of have to start they won't want to create war when there's no money to be made at it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So,
It's
um,
hard. I mean, and I'm sure you'll have to like revisit that law, bill or law like years later. because they're going to try to find ways around that.
So anytime you want to talk about an issue, if you're shut off from the mainstream media, give me a call, send me a text, email me, and
Appreciate it.
I would love to have you back on the show.
I appreciate it. This is just about doing what's right for the people, and I'm sick and tired of watching everything go on like it is. I go back to our founding fathers a lot, and the their mindset, their integrity, their principles, that's what I model myself after. And that's what we need in our government if we're going to survive as a nation.
So um I hope you're successful in what you do, and give me a call anytime. You've been listening to Reagan Box. That's really your last name is Box. That's really interesting.
There are very few people that have that name in this country.
Really, really. You've been listening to Reagan Box. I'm Cynthia Pooler. This is Focus on the Issues. If you like this show, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, Reagan. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and have a wonderful day.